the newest Mav, Davis Bertans here on 105.3 The Fan. And good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Well, we're doing great. Congrats on a successful debut last night. How did it feel out there with your new team?
Thank you. And it was exciting. It was exciting to get back on the court and play basketball. And, of course, getting a win on the road against the best team in the East was just cherry on top of a Sunday.
When you go to a new team, how long does it take to be comfortable with what they're going to ask you to do offensively? You're a pro. You've been on different teams before. But how long does it take, and do they have to kind of scale anything back to get you and Spencer in there so quickly?
I think the whole system is pretty simple, and Luka has the ball in his hands a lot, and he's creating for others and just getting some open, easy looks because since he gets double teamed and triple teamed a lot. So all the coaching staff is asking, whatever play to call is after a pass or two, you just play basketball. You find somebody open and try to get a good look on offense and a simple system on defense. And it didn't take much to get ready. We actually had just one actual full practice as a team together. So it felt great out there. It seemed like it hasn't been only a couple days since we got here.
How much fun is it to know that if you kind of hang out in a corner somewhere, that eventually you're going to get to shoot an open three?
That's great. That's great. It takes zero effort and getting good looks like that. It just it's an easy way to get in a rhythm during the game. Whatever the minute situation is. But once you get those open, easy ones in a corner, you can even if after a couple of misses, that can turn around real quick.
The dunk you had, I tell you what, that was nice explosiveness on your part to get up the court and get that thing down. You showed a little bit of motion about that. Was that one of those things that was kind of like it was that moment where you're like, okay, I'm somewhere different. I'm feeling good about things. Let's go forward from here. Was it kind of that feeling that you had after you flushed the ball the way you did?
I think it's just I've never felt this fresh in the middle of February before in my career. So, what I've been doing is just practicing and keeping myself in shape and be ready for whatever opportunity comes. And once it did, it's just right now I'm feeling probably the same way like most guys feel in the beginning of the season.
Well, and you looked at that way, the way you play. But you talk about the things that when you were in Washington and you with the shooting and stuff. Kind of walk us through a little bit, though. Like we don't always see you guys practice. What were you trying to do to get your shot back? I mean, you're one of these guys that can knock those threes down. As you were going through that, what were you trying to do to get yourself back on track doing that?
You just shoot a lot in practice, and I won't even say that I lost my shot or anything. It just it's all about rhythm for shooters, and I was never really getting a chance to get that rhythm during the season. There were a couple of short stretches of some games that I did, and I didn't get the looks that I like. But very often it would be just on offense I would take a shot because I want to take a shot instead of just taking a shot that is good for the team. Those are two completely different situations, and you take a good shot for a team. There's definitely less pressure, and you make it or you miss it. It's a good shot for the team, and everybody's happy with that.
What is your spot? What is the shot you like?
Pretty much anything behind the three-point line.
Today's NBA.
What's the number you're hoping to hit on your three-point percentages? What's your goal?
Well, I don't really think about that. It's just, my goal is always to hit 100%. So the closer I get to that, the better. So that's always the goal,
Yeah.
Davis, when you were with the Spurs 2016 to 2019, are you aware that you were the enemy, and are you okay with that? And would you like to apologize to Maverick fans for playing for the Spurs?
I was just doing my job. I'm really not going to apologize for that because I guess I would say all those steps along the way led me here. So
there we go.
Yeah, we go.
I love it.
Let's look at it this way. I know I've probably heard the Mavs fans those few years in San Antonio in some of the games. So, you know, I'm hoping to bring the same thing on wearing the blue and the white jersey.
Well, they're excited after last night's game. You know, speaking of apologies in last night's game, I saw that Jason Kidd had to apologize for not challenging that. That was a legit block that you had, right? That wasn't a goaltend?
Oh, yeah, definitely not a goaltend. I definitely got the ball before it hit the glass.
What are the things in basketball? You're known as a shooter. What would you like to do more of? Is it block more shots, rebound, handle the ball? What are the things you would like to do other than being that kind of stretch big?
You know, it's like, in my opinion, role players are very important on teams. So I have my role, and I'd rather do it to the best of my ability than trying to do something more that I'm maybe not that great at. Of course, there's things that I got to try to help more. It's either rebounding. I would say rebounding is the one thing that I should try to help more and do a better job. But other than that, it's just be a role player at the best of my ability.
Why would you say things didn't work out better in Washington and you were spending so much time on the bench? What happened there?
You know, that's probably a better question for the coaching staff there. But, you know, my guess is that had a lot of players. I would say we had maybe a couple guys that are higher level players like Bradley Beal and Kuzma. But then after that, I would say more or less all the players were similar level, and there wasn't like a clear, like, this is like the first unit, this is like the second unit, and then we got guys, you know, that stay ready in case somebody goes down and step in. So it was really hard, and especially with the rotations that I think coaches were trying to figure out probably until the deadline. Hadn't really figured that out with all the rotations and having 10, 11 players playing in a game. It's really hard for most guys to actually feel good on the court, and then you think about, like, you know what, if I don't take this shot, then I'll probably go to the bench in like 2 minutes, and I might not even get a look up. So, and that gets to a position where it's like players are taking shots that they want to take instead of what the team wants them to take. You know.
Davis, when you walked in, and again going to a new team and all that, and you're a veteran player and all that, is there a little bit of nervousness when you walk into a new situation and you walk into that locker room and, you know, guys know you and stuff like that, but maybe not on a personal level? Is there a little bit of nervousness when you first walk into that room?
Maybe a little bit, yeah, but honestly, the locker room's so fun here that I felt at home the first day I walked in.
Or did someone go after you? Did somebody get a joke with you or something like that? Or did you have an experience that you can share with us?
I wouldn't really share the details, but Maxi did mess with me a little bit, you know. And then there's Boban and Luka that speak Serbian. You know, both of them are, Boban played for the rival team in Serbia from my side, and I guess Luka's family is more of fans of that team, so they're a little bit on the opposite side when we speak about Serbia. So yeah, that's it's just really easy to fit in that way in a locker room like that, and guys are really welcoming, and honestly, the jokes and humor are up to the level that I enjoy. so it was really easy to kind of get comfortable quick.
Davis, you've got a really interesting story that I wasn't even familiar with until you got to the Mavericks, and that you have 4.5 fingers instead of 5. Is that something that is well known amongst the league, or when you get to a new team, or do they look at you and go, holy cow, how do you shoot the ball?
I felt like most people knew about that. Well, I don't know how many people follow me when I play for other teams, so I guess that's why it might not be so well known, but yeah, it's just some people are shocked that it's a shooting hand. You know, then a lot of comparisons get drawn to Gerald Green immediately. Mm-hmm. So those are the first reactions most of the time.
It's Davis Bertans here with you on 105.3 The Fan. Well, all right, man. I mean, congrats again. Welcome to town on behalf of 105.3 The Fan. Everybody's looking forward to you getting a great reception, and best of luck to you the rest of the way. We hope you make it a great home here in Dallas.
Thank you. Appreciate it.